Okay, what's up? Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and we are here for Monday morning quarterback. Make sure everything is copacetic here. Hold on. It's my first time streaming with this format, so I want to make sure we are good. Hold on. All right. We'll go ahead and go with this. I do not know. Hold on again. All right. We'll just go with this. I don't have the question box or the chat box showing, but we'll go and hope everything is working. Just will not be able to answer questions unless something changes. Hold on, I'm going to try one more thing. All right, we'll just go. All right, so I'm going to break down our game Friday, our season opener, and from a fan standpoint, it was an amazing game. From a coach's standpoint, it was a heartbreaker. Back and forth game. We always have great games with this team we're playing, always back and forth, and it usually comes down to the wire. This was no exception. This game started with us. We scored first. They came back, got a couple on us. We got stopped on a 4th and goal at the 1, which is very unusual for this offense. And then promptly got a safety, took the lead. They came back, took the lead. We took the lead, extended the lead. They cut the lead, and they had the final score. Ended up being a 41-38 loss, a heartbreaker. And what it came down to, basically, our special teams play was abysmal, to say the least. And beyond that, if we had managed to make one of any 3 plays in the 4th quarter, literally, those 3 plays were not allowing a kickoff to be returned the distance on us after we went up by 11. Second play, not fumbling on a 4th down and 2, which we had the hole to get the first down. Our quarterback dropped the ball. And 3 in our final drive after we went behind. Tight end dropped a wide open pass that potentially could have scored. It definitely would have got us inside the 20 with plenty of time left to get the final touchdown. So that's how it ended up. Let's start our breakdown. This is our first offensive play. What we wanted to do here is establish an identity. And they're in a 4-4 defense. This is a similar defense to the defensive team employed on us toward the end of last season, our second to the last game, in fact, that was effective. And it looks like they had that film because we played them the week after that game. They didn't run this defense then, but it looks like in going back they decided to give this defense a try. Basically the concept here, and what the other team did very good, they had First of all, the other team had more athletes across the second line here and linebacker, and two very solid defensive ends. So the purpose of what they're trying to do here, they're in two techs, head up over our guards. They're going to slant and pinch inside. They have their defensive ends in 7 techniques, and their job is to squeeze and disrupt the power. Their outside linebackers are responsible for spill or contain. So they're going to be the outside leverage players. Their inside backers will be reading our guards and flowing there. Their secondary, 2 corners and a safety, the 2 corners off, and they're going to be hard downhill fill players. So first play, right out of the gate, we wanted to come out, we just run wedge. Basically, we're just going to come at you to the fullback. Everyone folds up, we push the line forward. And the purpose here, he should have stayed back to the left. The purpose here was just to set a physical tone. And you can see the left side of our line, we did a great job driving them off the ball. He just bounced and should have bended back to the backside. So anyway, we come out and run the wedge play, get a good 5-yard gain here to set the tone. Now here, this was second play. We're going to go to the fullback again, run belly play out of our robust or T formation, as it's traditionally called. And he did what we wanted to do, which was fight for extra yardage, and unfortunately fumbled the ball. And again, these are the little things that we hammer with the kids that we need to do better at to take the next step and get to basically the next level with what we're trying to build as a program. And you'll see here, runs hard. It's a nice 14-yard gain, but he sometimes you can fight a little bit too much. You see, he's a big kid. He's 260, and there goes the ball. He lets them pry it out. They recover and take over. So again, nothing wrong with what's going on up front. It's the purpose that we have as an offense that we want to, again, establish things between the tackles. So we ended up stopping them on that drive, so still no score. And we are set here, our second possession. And what we're going to run here is our backside sweep. So great job here is going to occur at the point of attack. We're going to crush this edge down. Our guard gets out, and our right wing does a very good job cutting back inside. So here we go. There's the fake. They're crashing down or pinching inside to take that away. Our center does a good job going back. Our backside tackle, a good job squeezing down. We get the down block here from our front side tackle. This lets our guards get out into space uninterrupted. Our wing could have taken a better angle to get this down block on the edge defender. And you can see here he's on a straight guard key. He's reading the front side guard, and he's gone right away. Now what happens though is he's going to overrun the play, and you see the wall we have coming up behind. He's going to read that, make a very nice cutback. Boom, switching the ball away from the defense. So 37-yard gain, and that gets us rolling down inside the 35. So we'll play this through. Great job by the guards leading upfield, create the seam. And this sweep, this is a buck sweep, the wing T sweep. This play is designed to hit the cutback lane, so did just what we wanted to do there. And here is going to be our off tackle play, our power play, or double wing play. It's called the toss. And the purpose here, our fullback is going to come and kick out the end, and you'll see he's going to attack. If this force player here is going to be downhill, he's going to do a great job kicking him out. He flat backs him. Our tight end actually played tackle last year. He's going to absolutely collapse the edge. And we get a nice little seam. This is our freshman running back, and he's going to be special. We ran for 466 yards in this game, 5 scores on the ground. He was our leading rusher with 133. Our fullback had 78. This is our backup. I'm sorry, this kid is not. Our backup wing, who's not in right now, had 122, and our starting right wing, who got injured and only had 9 carries, he was the one that ran that last play for the 34 yards. He had 109 on only 9 carries. So we had 3 running backs over 100 yards, and our fullback at 78. Excellent day running the ball. almost a perfect game because we had 0 yards passing. We were 0 for 4 passing. Two that should have been caught, and one that, again, was one of those key 3 plays that we needed to make. So let's watch the freshman go to work. And again, he's going to be really good. So there's a toss. Now here comes the leverage player, 55. He's going to attack and try and come inside out. You see our backside guard and tackle are up through the hole. Look at the job that the tight end is doing here. Like to see him take his feet with him a little better than this, but he crushes down the edge. We've got a great seal here. It's going to create a nice cutback lane. The hole is tremendous, but pay attention to the fullback and what he does to him. So boom, knockdown. Freshman does a great job, great vision, again, especially for where he is. He doesn't have top end speed right now, but he's got 3 years to get faster, and he will. He's a great athlete. So we'll watch it all the way through. Caves it down. The kick, tight end could have stayed on his block better. Good job backside here and down inside the 5-yard line. So positive play, 2 positive plays on our second drive of, our second drive of the game. So now we're inside, and again, we're going to come back. It's going to be a quarterback wedge. They're a little late getting lined up, and I don't know why they're not up in a tighter formation goal line, but we're just going to assert our dominance here. They're big up front, especially inside, but our 2 tackles are big guys, 300 pounds. Center, actually our starting center wasn't in yet. He missed up to Wednesday of game week with a concussion. We have a rule, even though he was cleared to play, he was going to sit to start the game because he had not practiced. So this is our backup center. Our 2 guards are the smallest. He goes about 190 and he's probably 220. And then backside 270 here. So, we've got size too, and these guys are just going to get off the ball. Our starting center is 275. Our backup is probably about 255. So we're going to do a good job blowing the line off the ball and carries it into the end zone. And that's just straight brute force and first touchdown of the game. So things are going good now, but this was the bugaboo the entire game, is our kickoff coverage. And lesson learned, we tried to get, and our kicker doesn't have a super strong leg, we tried to get kids that are not starting on the field. And we're going to go away from that. You've got to put your best athletes, especially on kickoff return. You can get away with that, but on kickoff coverage, you need your best athletes. You need speed, and we're not a super fast team. We're physical up front, and we have competent running backs and decent skill speed, not top line, not fast at all as a team. So you see there, they've got a lot more athleticism and speed. This was returned house, but we got bailed out on a block in the back here. But they took 2 kickoffs house on us. The second one counted, unfortunately. But you see here, our bubbles, our horizontal bubbles, are too wide. We don't squeeze. Luckily that got caught right there, and there was no need to even make that block. So we got bailed out there, but they're still going to score on this drive, and they're going to do come down inside the 5 right here. So you'll see outside, this is our best corner. I'll talk about him more later because I'm not happy with him, but he does a decent job. He's running with him. He's got good coverage. Has good position, a little push off there, and a completion. And we actually got called for a face mask on that. Could have potentially been called a push off on the offense. They didn't. It is what it is. You're going to get those calls sometimes. You're not. It was close. It wasn't definitely anything that was too dramatic. Not very good camera work. But you'll see here, he's in really great position. There's the arm extended. Our safety's got his guy covered up. We're okay backside. And, sometimes the other guy just makes a play, and their wide receiver went up and made a play on our best cover corner, and they have the ball inside the 10. So they ended up scoring on that drive. This is our second drive. And again, we're in T formation, or what we call robust. And we're just going to kind of play through this drive. This was a drive that is really what we want to accomplish with this offense, and that's just grind the clock, grind the other team down, get 4 or 5 yards a pop. So we'll just play through this. This is our fullback again. And again there you see two hands on the ball. He got drilled for that after his first fumble. But doing a great job. He's not fast at all, but he's low, and you see kids second level really don't want any part of him. He drags tacklers. Here, this is I'm sorry, I skipped. That was not the drive I wanted to show. That was just an example of our inside belly game. So here we're going to, again, this is an example of coverage issues once again. So there's spread team 4 wide, and here, make tackles, break down, outside in leverage here. He juked inside, gave up leverage. Our corner here has a bad angle. He should definitely be outside in because he's going to give him the sideline. If not, we want to drive him back into the pursuit where we have our linebackers coming. And you'll see what I mean. Bad angle, and then there's the speed taking over and a big gain for the other team. You know, it's really, again, being in the right position. He was in the right position. He was in the right position. It's taking bad angles. So he attacks it nice, gets juked. Never get juked and come inside when you have leverage like that. And here they're going to score. They did a real good job, and this was actually, they run trap down in the goal line, which usually there, you can see they're even bigger. Their guards are bigger than ours. This kid is like 360. He's a real good kid too, but he's 6'8". This kid I think is 320. So at guards they're huge. They've got great size across the line. Their centers are smallest linemen. But you can see he's a big body. We needed to do a better job squeezing here. And he kind of takes on the trap block flat-footed. You can see the hole developing. The linebacker sees this. He's going to try and fill, but then running back just runs through him, gets the head down. You know, so definitely a better job squeezing on that, and that's touchdown for them. They take the lead. All right, this is going to be the drive I want to talk about. So we'll just let this drive play through. Here. Again, starting off with the fullback, and they again don't want any part of him. He's going to drag players with him. So started off with a nice run. There's our power play. That's our backup who came in when the other one got injured. He's not fast. He's not very athletic, but he's coachable. He's dependable, and he's smart, and he does what he's supposed to do. And let's just look at the line on this. The right side of the line does an amazing job. Look at that push. You see they're under the pads, they're elevating. Their defenders are tight end backside with a nice cut so that he can't run through, and it gets our backside guard and tackle. So we're just going to put 3 bodies in the hole, guard, tackle, quarterback, get this washed, kick out from the fullback, really executed nicely up front. Boom, takes him on again, and he tries to go upfield. And this is what I like. This is where our fullback's smart. Seals him off, makes sure he's not going to make the tackle. Look at this push here, and that just allows the wingback to get up in the crease, and get to second level. Secondary's got to make the tackle. We'll take that every single time. So same play, and this time it's out of robust. So the only difference, everything is schematically the same up front. We want to wash here. This time though, the wing back who's in the backfield is going to get the kick out block. Fullback leads, so that puts an extra big body, 260-pound fullback, 225-pound guard, 270-pound tackle, and 150-pound quarterback in the hole. So they didn't crash as hard. He did a good job kind of getting his feet under him. He should be inside of this kick out block right here. But you can see the backside is across. Another good cut by the tight end. I don't know what the hell the quarterback decided to do there. That's actually a 0 on film grade. He should have been leading up to the hole because this kid's not going to make the tackle. But again, just work it inside, get 9 more yards. And here again it's wedge play, and this is just try and establish physical dominance. Look at that push we get up front. Great job getting their hips together and staying cohesive as a unit. He was down, so we get them inside the just inside the 10 there. Now here, this is just lack of focus. This is again our dependable kid. He takes his eyes off the ball. You can see what's going to happen. Drops it. And again, the hole is there. I mean, the fullback does a great job kicking, guard and tackle up. Again, we got we got to fix this too. This is dangerously close to a cut block because we're blocking back, and they could have potentially called that. But look at the hole that would have been there. I mean, he would have got up inside here and would have gotten at least inside the 5. Instead, thankfully we recovered that. Alright, so coming back power the other way, that's to our other wingback who had 109 yards, or 109 yards on 9 carries. Now that's what we want to do with this offense, just grind. Didn't quite get the push up front. Our backside is not as round, our backside tackle is a little slower there. He's not up in the hole like he should be. Coming right back to it. That time, much better job with the backside getting through down to the 1 yard line. Now here, this should automatically always be a score for us. We went with a fullback. This was 4th down, and we did not get the push up front that we wanted. If I had to call that again, I would call power again, and we would have come at him right here and tried to get off tackle. They brought both linebackers down in the A gap, but still, we got stood up that time, and they basically stalemated our fullback, and that was a stop. So that was a key play that we should have scored, but we've got them backed up now. So our defense is going to actually do a very good job here. They're just going to try and run it out. Almost got the safety there. Good job by the interior line and the linebackers filling. And again, our backside linebacker here does a really good job. It's kind of slow getting to it, but he reads it a little late, but still gets there in time. And they are stuck now 3rd down on about the 2, and that's a penalty. So here we're going to get a safety. Quarterback's trying to make some checks. Center does not realize he's not looking and snaps the ball past him out of the back of the end zone. So we get a safety. Momentum's going to change again after they took momentum. So now we need to finish drives. Here we're going to just again go back to quarterback wedge. Great push. Our quarterback pops out down here and almost breaks it. Gets hauled down. That's a nice 16-yard gain. This is not a sexy offense. It's an effective offense, and our offensive line played really well this game. Here we come backside sweep, and let's set this up. So here, he's in a 7 tech. Well, actually, he's in a 9. So we want our wing back, who is now up. We call this our blue set, where our wing back, instead of being tilted back here, lines up basically like a second tight end. We do this. The purpose of doing this is to either create a bubble to run power, forcing him to extend if he's playing a true 9 technique, or if he doesn't adjust, it gives us leverage for a down block, which we were counting on him not adjusting, which he did not. So we got leverage on the down block, which sets up our sweep. Now you can see they're packed up against the line of scrimmage. This is what we get, 8-man boxes all the time. So he actually did slant inside, so good job communicating here on the 7-9 call. Tight end's going to wash him down. He goes second level to linebacker now since his down block's not there. They're attacking hard off the perimeter, so front side guard's got to get his eyes here. It's going to be a quick kick out. Running back also has to make the read. He's got his eyes up on his front side guard. He's got to see that quick kick, which he does, and makes a very nice cut. And you can see we don't even care about these guys. They're not effective. They're not going to make the play. So great cut right there. Again, we've got a pretty good seam. driving them off the ball, and that's going to be a 10-yard gain. Gets us down into the inside the 10. Here we go with power again. Our freshman had dinged up his ankle by this point, so he would come back, but he was on the sideline. And there is our left wing, and again, he's a second string at both positions at the current time. Again, just a dependable kid. He gives you what you need to get. So we got the they called us down on that, so we'll come back to him, run power, and again, just a quick toss. Backside, these guys all night long, and this kid especially, again, he's 270 pounds, and that's packed onto a 5'10" frame, so he's not tall, but he moves really well for a kid his size. He's only a junior too. We do lose both guards, and this guard especially. He's one of the best guards I've ever coached. He's going to be a big loss. But we got the center back. We'll have our tackle back, our tight end back. We'll lose this tackle as well. But if push comes to shove next year, I won't be coaching next year, but if I was, we would talk about moving him from tight end back to tackle. But look at the job these guys do. I mean, they're across quick. You can see how tight things are in here. And there's a toss from the quarterback. Gets the ball, gets downhill, and he's just going to get behind this mass of humanity and power it into the end zone for the touchdown. So we were up at that point. Now here they're going to go to an empty backfield, and we play a base 4-4 cover 3. We had, because this was getting toward the end of the half, we took out our big linebacker, left in the smaller athletic ones, went too high safety, and we had a timeout even to talk to them. You can see they had a penalty, a false start. So we had a chance to take a timeout, or they took a timeout. We had a chance to talk to the secondary. We're basically in Poms coverage, which is a cover 4 read. Corners are man on number 1 unless 2 comes out. Safeties are help on number 1 unless 2 goes vertical. So what this does is it allows us to transition from straight man to a zone in case they run 4 verticals, and they are going to run vertical here. So go into their shift, empty backfield. So now we check. So the check here, we go to a combo coverage. You see our safety here communicating. That brings this safety down. We're playing cover 3 to the 3 receiver side. He's responsible for hook to curl. Down safety's got flats. Corner's got deep outside third deep. High safety's got middle third. And this corner here and this linebacker, now they check, and they're in man-to-man, which we call black coverage. So we've got a combo coverage, cover 3 to the 3 receiver side, man-to-man on the 2 receiver side. And again, we talk to them, know the situation. Okay, it's late in the half. They need to score. They need a big play. So what happens here? Things start fine. He just is not quick enough to get out of his back pedal and stay on top. He's kind of floating, and he did the right thing. They pulled him up tight and kept running him deep, and he needed to read this, and bracket with the linebacker. Linebacker let too much cushion get closed. He was slow reacting, and those are the kind of plays that have traditionally killed this team, and the kind of plays we need to start making and stop giving up. So we go down at that point. They're going to extend their lead now. And this is just an example of where our weakness is, which is overall team speed on the defensive side of the ball. We don't need it on offense based on the offense we run, but here we do. So not very good here at all. We got blown off, and we've been playing better than this. You can see we're not doing a good job disengaging our blocks. Huge bubble here. This running back is good. He's actually better than anyone we have, and he would be fun to coach in this offense. And once he breaks that first level, we've got shots here and poor tackling. Wrap. Again, overran, bad angle on the backside pursuit, and our backside corners their leg. You know, so these are the things that kill us, and this is just fundamentals. I mean, we work tackling, and you got to be able to finish. Linebacker was slow. I mean, this was not a very good job by him getting downhill. He kind of pauses. See that? And that's first step should always be downhill, and that causes him to get washed. And a touchdown. All right, so we have the ball back, and again, we just stick with our offense, even though we're down a couple. Well, it's a 2-score game at this point, but there's our little number 5. Again, he did a great job. He's not going to break big runs, but he's going to do what he's supposed to do. He's going to get in behind his blockers, be patient, and gain yardage for us. And again, great job by the front side, sealing it down. Now, stop. So this we had this in the game plan. This is our unbalanced look. And what we do here is we bring both tight ends to the same side, basically. So we're still on the same alignment with the wings, and then we bring the tight end here. So the purpose of this is to force them to choose, and they did not adjust at all. We didn't run this in the first half. This is the second half now. This was one of our adjustments we were saving. So he recognizes this, but there's no adjustment up front, and we're running sweep. So we're going to get an opportunity to absolutely crush the edge here, and you can see it's a 16-yard gain. So tight end, force player runs inside. So right now they have no leverage out here. And again, he's a converted tackle, and he's pretty athletic for a 270-pound kid. So he 6'2" also. So he moves his feet well, gets on this block here, crushes the edge. And would have liked to see him stay on the block longer, but you can see we get the edge here, and he's going to do a good job on the run there for 16 yards. Guards, I would have liked to see them get their eyes around a little bit better, especially backside guard gets knocked off, and he's not a factor. But you know, stay on the blocks, get your eyes inside, find someone to hit. Anyway, we marched it back down, and here we're going to come back, and now freshman's back in. He had his ankle. He played the second half with a sprained ankle, and he's a tough kid. I'm going to rave about him a lot, but he's just basically one of a kind. He really is, and he's a kid that if he can get his speed up, his frame is already 6 feet, about 175, 180. If he gets his speed up to down to where he's running a high 4.5. He's probably a high 4.7 now. So if he can knock a couple of tenths off there and get to a true 4.5, he's a gliding runner, very much an Eric Dickerson style runner. But if he gets that speed down to 4.5, and by the time he's senior, he'll probably have bulked up to about probably 210, 215, and again, he's 6 foot now, so that'll be probably on a 6'2" frame as a senior. He's going to play next level. He definitely will. He's that good, and he's that smart too. So good push up there, and you can see the left side of the line just collapses things down. And again, this is a freshman. Watch how he moves the pile. I mean, we're big up front, but watch how he just kind of comes in, and right here he's going to deliver the hit and just move. You can see the line pile move there. So great job, and in for the score. We're fighting back now. We've got it to where we're within a field, or 4 points actually. So here we're going to sweep the boundary. I like to do this a lot. This is our freshman. He does a great job reading the guards, and that was after a false start penalty on the freshman. So he's going to make up for that here. I'm sorry, actually we're unbalanced, right? So again, great job by the front side guard getting around, getting his head up. It's a nice 10-yard gain. We're going to come back to the other side, and now they've started to adjust a little bit, but that's a great job reading the blocks. And Mikey goes and gets him 12 yards on that. Would like to see that ball a little bit tighter in traffic. This is our counter play, and I'm just putting this in here for the sake of showing it. So, you know, flow, power, 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 sweep. You know, we want defenses to get flowing, then we're going to come back and hit them with the counter. So you'll see here the motion. Quarterback is really going to sell that toss, and then he's going to come back around and leave it to the backside wing. And you see them, eyes are looking here at this back. His eyes are upfield. Now this hole isn't going to be as clean as we like. Looks like they dove at our legs in here to kind of create a pile up. But you can see the freshman does a really good job being patient, kind of lets things develop. Great job by the backside guard here, picking that up. Fullback's leading. So he's going to make something positive out of it, get 7 yards. Kind of picks his way, stiff arms a kid off him. You know, that was, again, not decisive, but he got the job done and found a place to go get yards. Now here comes the sweep again, and again we are in the unbalanced look. I wish our cameraman had started this a little bit sooner. But again, they adjusted here. They brought their line over a gap basically, but they still set us up for the down block. We talked to the kids at halftime about the kick out being tighter. Freshman should have been a little quicker off the ball here to get next level to the linebacker, but he is still a freshman. So we've got our guards looking right away for a quick kick, and back should find that. There it is. Now, backside guard, here's our front side guard. He's going to get that kick. Watch what the backside guard does with his footwork here. A stellar job. Gets to the outside shoulder, spins his hips. We have the wall here that our two guards create. Our front side of the line is collapsing things down here. And great job by him reading the lane, squeezing through there, and he's going to go and score. So our line really did play exceptionally well here. They really did. Now this is in here. This is a good job. This was a key third down situation. Key sequence actually. This will be 3rd and 4th down. So here, I don't know why they wouldn't have just handed it to him. We were starting to get a little tired on defense, and quarterback is not the runner he is. So we stopped him there on 3rd. And then on 4th, kind of another curious call. So we've got them 4th down, and we're up by 3 at this point. So they need to make something happen. They're going for it. Obviously, they're at our 31, which is the right call. Again, I probably would have run the ball here. You can see we've got our we're in too high safeties, which is one of again few times we got out of our normal defense, and they decide to throw. So our linebackers kind of bailed a little bit too quick. Right here, that's the 1st down. That's the read he should be making because our corner bails. They try to go deep, so they kind of let us off the hook here. I would have liked to see better coverage there, but again, it fell incomplete. This kid is not a starter, and he unfortunately got burned a couple of times out here, but we had injuries, so making do with what we have, and it's not a bad recovery. I'd like to see him be a little more aggressive though, and going up after that. But we got the ball back, and now we're going to go back to work. This is the freshman. This run is amazing. This got called. There was a block in the back, an unnecessary block in the back downfield. But again, this is from 51 yards out. Watch what he does. So backside could have been around a little quicker. Fullback does a good job. Now he's got great vision. Normally we would want him to cut back inside here because they're kind of overflowing, but he still stays on the outside track, does a great job there. Stiff arm and into the 2nd level. And again, he's not super fast, but he's got good enough speed. That came back, however. So there was a block in the back, an unnecessary block in the back. Actually, I'll show you that. You know, especially down in open space, you don't want to do that. And they didn't call that. They called it back here. But Again, if the person you're blocking is not going to make the tackle, let them go. So here you can see their adjustment to our unbalanced look. They've shifted their line of gap and given us a huge bubble. Technically, we didn't have it in the game plan. This was a limited series. We still could have run it. It was come back and run weak side sweep because we had a clean down block by the tackle here. Wing would have been able to get second level to the force, and we'd have had our guards upfield. We didn't do that, but what we did do to the two-man side is run belly. So he'll motion, which gets them thinking sweep, and then quarterback's going to reverse handoff. And it's only a 4-yard gain, but again, this is all we want out of this offense. Get up in there, protect the ball, go get 4 yards. So the freshman, after his touchdown run, got called back. We're going to give him a little more love. This is just going to be power out of robust, or T formation. And he's going to go get his score. So there's a quick toss. Again, great job here getting our backside guard and tackle. It's really tight. You can see how tight this offense is and how precisely they have to execute. But they do a great job. His eyes are looking outside, but he's going to recognize the defenders there. Still would have liked to see him get up. And again, this is just stuff as he improves that he will fix. Normally we would want him to follow the backside guard and tackle. He bounced it, but we had a good job, and then he just runs through tackles, arm tackles there, gets in for the score. So we go up by 11 at this point. So this was one of the 3 key plays I was talking about. So up by 11, there's like 5 minutes left in the game. The kicker did a great job placing this ball, kicked it deep, and we just have to cover. And again, there's going to be a lot of personnel changes on kickoff cover team this week. We want to get kids playing, but we need kids out there that are not going to hurt us. And we didn't squeeze correctly. We had, again, vertical and horizontal bubbles in the kickoff coverage, which gives the return team lanes to run through. And this one went house, and this one counted. So instead of forcing them to drive 70, 75, 80 yards, we basically gave them a quick score, gave them momentum back, and that turned the game around. It's 38-27 at this point. So look at this. Here's what I talk about vertical bubbles. These 2 guys, this is our gunner. He should be one of the first. Our 2 inside guys are down too quick. These guys are not down quick enough. They see him adjust, and even here, if we had been consistently where we were supposed to be alignment wise, and I just got madder and madder seeing this, we would have strung him out. But here, if he gets around him, he's going to have a place to turn the corner because there's no defender there. That was not a good effort. These 2 are taking good angles, but again, if you're where you're supposed to be, this is strung to the sideline, and they're probably starting at their 25, 26 yard line. Now even here, we have 3 players in position, actually 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to make a play. All you got to do is make a tackle. He runs through 2 tackles there and a third, and we're not going to catch him. He's faster than anyone we have on the field. And that was a backbreaker. So there's absolutely, from start to finish, bad vertical bubbles, bad spacing on the coverage team, missed tackles, arm tackling, bad angles, and that put them right back in the game. They got down and went up. At that point, they made it. They tried for 2, didn't make it, so it's 38-33. And, now we just have to run out the clock, though, which shouldn't be a problem with this offense, but this is play number 2 of coming up here. So, again, 4 yards a pop, that's all we need. That's all we need. Running our offense, going to get 4 yards a pop again here. A big fullback. Freshman needs to improve his blocking. I mean, he should be attacking downhill up through the hole and onto this linebacker here. He went to the wrong place. You know, that's just stuff he's going to learn. But still, so here, 3rd down and 1. Quarterback, now at this point, he needed to slow down and remember. And he, again, was fighting an injury, so he'd been out. We put him back in. There was a little disruption with the snap. Our guard here does not do a very good job. We should have got a kick on that and got the cut back up in here where there's a little seam to go get the 1st down. Here he's trying to stretch it, and it's not going to happen because this is not where the play is set up to go. You know, and again, for all the good things he does, he's going to make some freshman mistakes. So good job. Better eye position here. He should have crushed that down. But freshman tries to bounce it and gets tackled and puts us in a 4th down situation. So here we're going to run our, and that actually shook him up again too. So we've got to back up in. So we're going to run our backside power here. It's 4th and 2. And we want to get backside off tackle. And you can see we're going to get great push, get things collapsed again. And quarterback drops the ball. If he had gotten the toss off here, we would have gotten the 1st down. He didn't though. So he tries to pick up the ball, and even here, plant your foot and get vertical. He tries to juke, get outside, and get stopped, and that is the 2nd big play that if we would have just made that, it was a difference maker. So a little overexcited. We had the hole there if it had timed up, and we turn the ball over on downs. So at this point, you know, we're getting tired up front, and they have a great running back. Their line is huge, and they run. So this is basically a little G scheme. They're going to fold the backside guard up, wash down here. It depends on the alignment too. So we're in a 1 tech and a 3 tech here interior, and our defensive ends 5s. So backside guard is basically an option for him. If he gets upfield, he's going to trap him. Instead, they're going to wash this down. He's going to fold up. Again, this is a G scheme play. So he's going to work 2nd level. Our linebackers were not downhill, and running back bounces it. Again, he's pretty good. Takes 5 people to tackle him, and they're down inside the 15 now. So here they're kind of draining clock. See him counting. Does a good job, and again on the interior, we just can't get pushed off the line like this. And yeah, these are big boys. I mean, again, 6'8", 340 or 60 or whatever he is. Defensive end needs to squeeze here. He kind of ran too far upfield, let him get underneath. Same thing on the front side, and you see there's a big vertical lane here where they get push and drive our defensive ends upfield. Linebackers are not filling. And again, just make tackles though. We missed like 4 or 5 of them on that run, and they take the lead. So now it's 41 to 31. I'm sorry, 41 to 38. So we're within 3 points. We still have time to score. Get a decent start here. Nice run there on 3rd down. Get the 1st down. So we're pretty positive at this point. So now we're going to take a shot. So we got 2nd down 11 here. We ran a power play before and lost yardage. So this is one advantage of running this offense. When you do want to pass, watch our backside tight end right here. He's just going to come unopposed because their defense is sitting playing the run. Quarterback gets good depth, pulls up because they bring outside pressure, and it is dropped. So you can see, I mean, that's as good as you're going to get. And if he would have caught that, he would have been run down. You know, he maybe could have scored if he'd been able to run through that tackle. But that gets us at least to the 20, and instead now that puts us in a third long, which is not the strength of this offense. You know, you got to make plays. So that's the third play that killed us, and that pretty much was the ball game. So here we've got third down. We try and come back and run counter. We do not get the push up front. Their defensive, or their outside linebacker actually makes a very nice play. He's attacking downhill and comes off, makes an ankle tackle. If he'd broken that, he had a lot of space out here, but, you know, again, that's a good play. That's a play the defense has to make. And that pretty much was it. So that is, that's an overview of our game. And, you know, we did enough offensively to win. A couple of key issues there were that fumble snap and then the wide open ball being dropped. Things that you need to clean up, and of course special teams. So, you know, again, we're very happy. The offensive line played a great game. Backs ran hard. We took care of the ball. We had one turnover. They had two. But, you know, things that separate good or decent teams from really good teams, the ability to finish, and that's still what we need. That's still part of the culture that we need to ingrain further where we're at. So is what it is. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And again, Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. We have a game. We're playing Saturday this week, actually. We're playing a team that has been on quarantine from COVID, so they bumped the game back from Friday to Saturday. So we're going to play a Saturday afternoon game, which will be very unusual, but I'm kind of looking forward to it, kind of like a college game, I guess. So we think we've got good, we're in a good position there. One thing that we're not in a good position, we lose our quarterback to grade, so we're going to be starting a sophomore quarterback, which, you know, in an offense where you don't throw is not that big of a deal, but we just need him to manage the offense and not make mistakes, be calm, and let the game come to him, let it slow down for him. Our freshman running back should be okay. He had a slight ankle sprain. We'll probably rest him a couple of days to start the week of practice. He'll be good to go by Saturday, and that extra day really helps there. And then our right wing, number 35, who went out. He was held out because he had concussion symptoms. It doesn't look like he does have a concussion. It was extremely mild. Depending on how protocol goes, he may be cleared to practice by Thursday, which would make him able to play, which would be huge. Hurts us more in the secondary. We have a kid that just started last week that's a very good athlete that I have to get coached up to play safety this week because he's probably going to have to start because we're depleted back there. Our starting quarterback was also our top defensive back. He was our lockdown corner. So we'll lose him at least this week. Hopefully he gets his grade fixed. Very disappointed in him. He's not only a senior but a captain, which will probably change. And then apart from that, one of our starting linebackers is definitely going to be out. He had a moderate to fairly bad concussion, and there's no way he'll be through protocol by game time, so we won't see him till game 3. Apart from that, we should be okay. I mean, we've got some gaps to fill in, but we should be okay, and it just depends on how well the sophomore quarterback manages the game. So we'll be back later with a vlog on that, so thanks for watching. I hope it was enjoyable. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. Hope you all have a great day.